The Childcare for All campaign came about as a result of a number of organisations lobbying for many years in Northern Ireland for action on childcare, for policy, for legislation that would improve childcare provision. The reason we're campaigning on this issue is that it's very hard to find any family in Northern Ireland who feels good about their childcare situation, who hasn't had some sort of barrier or had to sacrifice something in order to get their children access to childcare.
Our childcare, obviously, because we have 3 children who are quite young, was more than my husband's wage at the end of the month, and it was actually double than what our mortgage was to pay for them to get childcare. So my husband sacrificed his trade to work nights and I work days so that we can manage our children.
I have 2 children, one who's currently in nursery and one second who will be in nursery. All the money for that has to come from my salary, which actually, to put 2 children into full-time childcare is £1,600, and I get about £1,200 a month at the moment.
So the biggest struggle is definitely price. I find it's difficult to find good quality childcare that's affordable, and because of the hours that I'm working and the way the childcare is obviously set up, I'm making a loss at going to work. I lose £150 a month because my childcare is that much more expensive than what I'm actually earning.
Instead of planning our holidays around what we'd like to do, we plan our holidays are taken up with covering during the summer, so as a result we can't go away as a family because we have to split our leave to look after our son.
I suppose as a family we try as creatively as possible to have me work, have my partner work, but also have the children in a stable routine, being looked after by the same people if they need to be looked after. I'm from England, and travelling over to see family has definitely had to be curbed a bit because we just can't fund that because we're spending it all on childcare. It's not that we're not earning, but we're spending quite a lot on having the children looked after, even though 3 of them are at school.
Childcare in Northern Ireland needs radical change, radical investment. We need a whole different approach to childcare. We're calling for universal childcare, so it's not about tweaking it around the edges. We want to see every family having access to state-funded childcare, so that it can help bring families out of poverty, can help give every child good interventions and opportunities for development early on in life, and it can make sure that gender equality is something that we can realistically achieve, because childcare is the biggest challenge to achieving gender equality.